Hello, healers and health seekers. It's me, Choda, healing with medical medium information for 27 months now. And it's time for What's Up Wednesday! Wednesday, when I come in here and I talk to you, oh, Muffin's already snoring, look at her. I come in here and I talk to you about my healing journey and what's been going on with me. You may have noticed, if you are a regular to watching my videos, that I was not here last Wednesday, and that is because I had quite a week. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that what happened, well, you know that we were supposed to be in Canada this week, and as you can see, we're not. It's actually for a number of reasons, but one of the things that is a big impetus for it is that we were not prepared, even though I had been aware that my cat Frenzy was ready to cross the Rainbow Bridge and I was processing it for a couple of weeks. I was not really ready for it, and how can you be? Like, there's no way to be ready for losing somebody that's important to you, and it happened right. She just wasn't, she was done. Her body was failing her. She was tired. Her work here was done. I had 3 different animal communicators speak to her and tell me that she said her work here is done and she loves us and she's ready to go. I had many conversations with many people who helped me and supported me through the process. And I knew I had to do it for her, and I had made the appointment for like the day before we were leaving. That night, right before the vet was going to come, she comes to the house to euthanize. She's like a death doula. Right before she was going to come, I had a panic attack, and I had my husband call and cancel. I wasn't ready, and I couldn't do it, and I couldn't be strong enough, and what actually happened, I will tell you this. Here's what actually happened. What happened was I was trying to pack all that day, and I was feeling overwhelmed by that. And because I was busy packing all day, guess what I did not do? Eat. I did eat, but I didn't eat enough, and I did not eat frequently enough. It's not that I had nothing. It's that I have a routine of when I eat and how much I eat throughout the day, and I was only just sort of grazing minimal amounts and not frequently enough, and I was letting it go like 3-4 hours, and that is too long for my body because I am still healing and I need to eat every 60 to 90 minutes, and if I don't, then my adrenals will start kicking in and doing the work for me, and that's what was happening, and my body was not okay. And because of it, and because of not having enough glucose in me, plus I'm going through this really two stressful situations. One, packing for a trip we were sort of feeling nervous about, and I mean any trip we would feel nervous about just because it's like not at home and it's out of our routine, and making sure we have everything we need and everybody is supported and taken care of. It can be hard. So that happened, and then the other hugely stressful thing was Frenzy. And although I knew I needed to be supporting myself with extra glucose, I was actually having less than I usually have, extra glucose and mineral salts. I was having less than I usually have, and that did not work for me at all. So I had a panic attack because of all the stress, and then coupled with not having enough nutritional support for my body and my body's needs. And so I had my husband call and cancel, but then I felt horrible because I'm like keeping my cat in a body that is hurting her longer than she needs to be, and I felt like I failed her, and I felt awful. And the next day I called the vet again, and I asked her if we could do it, still thinking we're going to go on the trip, by the way. Like, I'm like, okay, well, we're going to leave in around noon. Can you come in the morning? Like, somehow I'm going to be able to just shoulder this all emotionally, because I'm doing fine, right? I was not fine. Luckily for me, she was not available. And I say luckily because we needed to slow it all down. And then we still tried to like get everything packed, and we had the RV like half packed, and then we realized like this is not going to work, and we ended up canceling the trip. And I was really sad about that. So then I just needed to go through like a grief process about it, which I did, and my Virgo brain kicked in and was like, all right, let's get busy. Because I'm a Virgo, and I'm not trying to blame my astrological sign, but this is how my brain works. My brain works in a way that it's like, when there is stress, let's get busy and find busy work to do to sort of help mitigate whatever's going on. Because, and alternatively, sometimes I will just completely shut down and not be able to function whatsoever or do anything. So I was like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. So my husband decided to still take his vacation, but then we'll just stay home and we'll get a bunch of stuff done that has needed doing for a long time. And so that's what we've been doing. So just taking care of some things here and there that have needed doing that can usually only be done on weekdays. And hey, now he has weekdays off, so he's doing those things. And I processed some more. I grieved a little bit. I had a plan for what we're gonna do if we stay home, but then I realized I need to make this appointment for Frenzy and let her go. And again, another really beautiful friend of mine who is an animal rescue person. We've known each other since we were 7, and she has always had this heart. This has been her for our whole lives. She is always had a menagerie of animals. She has always had so much love in her heart for animals, and she currently works with, I think it's called St. Louis Feral Outreach, where they basically give feral cats medical care. They trap and spay and neuter them, they release them, but they also help care for them and try to, if they are human compatible, I guess, they will try to rehome them with humans. But a lot of feral cats aren't, and they just need to be feral, and so they work with that too. And she's interested in also like end of life care for animals and making sure that they have a comfortable end of life and death. And so she contacted me, she reached out to me and said, you know, I saw your post and I see that you're going through this, and let's talk about it. And, you know, are you okay? Can I help you? Can I talk to you? Let's talk about Frenzy and her needs and stuff like that. And I swear it's like the universe really supported me, because I really needed what she said to me at that time, and it actually gave me the strength and courage to call the vet again and make the appointment. I'm getting a little bit moved because I felt so supported and taken care of. And like I said, we've been friends since we were 7, but it's like we're not always actively talking to each other in each other's lives, but every time we talk, it's just like no time has passed. It's one of those relationships. She is truly a soul sister. No matter where we are in time and space, if one of us reaches out to the other, like it's literally like it's been no time since we spoke the last time. It could be years, sometimes months and years, and it'll still be like no time. It's just, it's transcendent. But I really needed that conversation to help give me strength, and it did. So that night, the vet came, the wonderful vet who is also an animal communicator and a great death doula for animals. She was a great support for us and a great support for Frenzy, and helped give her the most comfortable transition possible. And I'm very grateful for that. In case any of you don't know this, there are services. I just want you to know, if anyone has an elder pet who is ready to transition, there are services where the vet will come to your home and give your pet the best death possible. In the past, I don't know if these services didn't exist or we didn't know about them, but nobody ever told us before, or we didn't know. But the last time we had to help our cats transition, because we've had many other cats, but we had 3, and they all died really kind of close to each other. We just had to take them to the vet at that time, and it wasn't a good death. I guess it was as good as it could have been at that time, but this was so much better. This was so much better, because she gave her like just took time to approach her, be gentle, and let her kind of know what was going on. And then when we were ready and she was ready, she gave her a sedative mixed with an anesthetic that just made her feel really, really good and go to sleep. And then she gave her the injection. So she didn't feel anything. She just went from blissful sleep to free of her body and free of pain. And that was so much better than the times we've had to take them to the vet and just get the one injection that they just kind of go from being there to just lumped out, you know. It's just like a smoother transition for everybody. Anyway, so that's why I was not up for making videos all last week and up until today. And obviously I'm still processing that. My husband has been here at home on vacation, and also having him here disrupts our routine to a degree. And it is a bit disruptive, and I mean anything would be, any other human being here would be. It's not that we don't like having him here, because I'm really glad to have him home during this time. It's just that it changes things up. And so my regular routine of what I would be doing is totally shifted. Now, I want to say, this is important. Throughout this process, I have continued to eat raw. And I am so glad that I have. And it hasn't even been hard, because I eat literally the same thing every day, every day, every day. It does not change very much. Maybe my fruit snacks will change, but not even very much. Like, it just depends on what fruit we have. But in general, I am just eating the same thing every day. And since I always tell you my food every week, this is my food. So every single day, I'm not kidding. And it's so easy because I just have the same thing every day. So every day, of course, morning routine is the same as it's always been. 32 ounces of lemon water, 30 minutes later, 32 ounces of celery juice, 30 minutes after that, tinctures, and then heavy metal detox smoothie. And then after that, for lunch, I have a cucumber noodle salad with Hey Ash Foster Surfrider sauce. And I'll change up the veggies in it maybe. So I'll have any combination of mango, frozen peas, tomato, celery. I love the crunch that the celery gives it. So I cut up celery, red onion. If I have sprouts, it'll be topped with sprouts. If the sprouts are still growing, and they won't. If I have marinated mushrooms made, I'll put those in there. So I just put any combination of those things. Before, I've had it with nectarines instead of mango before. It just depends. Whatever I've got, whatever's fresh. And right now, tomatoes are fresh, so I have lots of those. So that's what I have every day for lunch. And usually there's a lot of sauce left in the bowl. Well, not a lot, but enough. And I will save that. And then, so here's where I mix it up. Sometimes I'll have fruit as a snack, like a few bananas. Sometimes I will have a bowl of banana and ice cream mixed with whatever other fruit, or plain, drizzled with honey, whatever, something like that. Or if we have melons, I'll have a melon cooler, or sometimes I'll have a smoothie. It just depends. And then for dinner, I will have spinach soup, and I will take the leftover Surfrider sauce liquid from my salad and put it in my spinach soup. And I will add more cucumber noodles and marinated mushrooms, and that is my favorite way to eat it. And sprouts if I have them. Every day. That's what I eat. And then I try to eat a banana before bed. And that's what I eat every single day. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I love that system. And I didn't even do it on purpose. It just started to become a habit, and then I wanted it every day. Like, I wanted that salad every day, and I was already doing the spinach soup challenge, and so I was having that, and I think it's been 30 something days of the spinach soup, and I still have it every day. And I've been eating the salad constantly, and it just makes it easy. And while I was going through all this, I thought I was gonna want cooked food, and I had made curries for my family and stuff like that. I make this really good curry that I like, and I tried it, and I was like, that tastes wrong to me. And my family's like, it tastes just like it always tastes. So I'm like, I knew it was me. And I'm like, I just don't want anything cooked. I just don't. And I haven't. And I did last night. Last night for the first time in a while. I had a cooked potato, but I had it with the salad, this cucumber noodle salad with the stir fried sauce. I had it with that. It was like part of it. So last night, it was like the first night in a long time that I also haven't had spinach soup, but I had that instead. And I was really going through something yesterday. I was really processing and grieving, and I was very aware that the food choices I was making were not my best choices, but they weren't the worst ones either, so that's okay. But other than that, I've been completely raw this whole time, and I mean, it has helped me so much because if I hadn't, it's the only reason I have any energy at all. My energy has been lower than normal, obviously. First of all, I haven't been eating enough because I've been processing and grieving and doing other things, and my routine is different. But I still have had enough energy to make it through my whole day and do what needs to be done, and that's pretty freaking amazing. Because normally I would just be a lump on the floor or something through a process like this. And I think I have been able to be where I am now, like at this point, to make a video because of that support. And I just feel really grateful for it. Really grateful for it, because I just feel very blessed to have these people in my life that have come into my life because of healing from a chronic illness, because we are all healing in the same way, and we all have had these similar struggles, and it's amazing to have that. And my friend from when we were 7. It's been a really emotional and difficult time, but at the same time, I've been feeling very resilient about it, and still sort of amazing things are happening and shifting for me, and kind of don't even know how to explain that, but somehow we're making it through. And I don't think I've ever been able to come through something that was this difficult with this much, I don't want to say ease, but it has been easier this time because of the support, and because of and by support I mean the community support, the emotional support, but also the support of the food, and having the healing information and knowing what to do for myself to really help myself get through. Like, you know, just keep eating bananas, and like whenever I can feel myself kind of going down, I'm like, oh, I really need to, my body is needing glucose because I'm really processing some big stuff, so I need to be having more than usual, not less or even the same amount. Like, I need to really keep just putting it in so that I can really help myself get through this. And so I keep trying to remember that. But I feel good about things right now. I mean, I don't feel good that Frenzy's not here, but I also still feel her energy all over the house. And I've been getting up at like 5:30, not intentionally, but that's when my body wakes me up and says, you're getting up now. And I'm like, oh, am I okay? I guess I am. And I watch the sun come up, and then when I do get up that early, it's really nice because nobody else wakes up that early in my house. My son, my husband are asleep. Muffins will hear me wake up, come out, say hello to me, go back to bed, because she's like, it's too early for me, Mom, but I love you. And then she goes back to bed. And so it's just me, all by myself, me and Frenzy's energy. And that's oddly peaceful. It's been really peaceful in the mornings to just have that time to myself, especially because, you know, my husband's home, so like there's just people here all day. It feels like there's always people around. So that it's just been really nice having those 5:30 mornings and having that peaceful time before everybody gets up, because they don't get up till about 8. So I have a couple of good hours to myself, just quiet. It's me doing my thing. That has been my week. How are you guys doing? Are you hanging in there? because I know it's rocky right now for a lot of people. A lot of animals have been leaving the planet. A lot of people are having turmoil and difficulty, and I know that a lot of people are having some hard times. So how are you guys doing? Are you okay? What's been going on for you? I know there's this hurricane that people are being faced with as well if you're on the East Coast, and my prayers are with you all. So let me know in the comments how you are doing. How has your week been? I miss hearing from you when I don't post a video. There's nothing to comment on, so I don't get to hear from you guys. I don't get to hear what you're doing. And so I really like to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad to be back. Glad you're here with me. If you like this video, give a thumbs up below. Please subscribe to my channel if you want more videos like this, and let me know what kinds of videos you'd like me to make in the future. I've got a couple more coming that have been requested, and I hope to see you soon. Blessings, blessings, blessings for your continued healing. You can heal. Stay curious, my healers and health seekers. I love you so, 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 so much. Bye-bye. See you next time.